Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news once again. Sadie Sink of Stranger Things fame has been cast in Spider-Man 4 in an undisclosed role. As always, we're going to take you to the internet live, where I'm sure everyone is reacting rationally. If anyone dares suggest that she should be playing Mary Jane, that person is a racist. Zendaya is Mary Jane. Get over it, man babies. Let's go, baby! I'm not gonna lie, Sadie Sink playing Firestar would be absolute peak. Now, I don't know who Firestar is, but I heard her mentioned a lot on the internet, so I say let them cook. Now, if I know woke Hollywood like I know I do, she'll probably play Harry Osborn. We know damn well that Disney is not casting a redhead in a redheaded role. That's against the rules because everything sucks.
I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I can always tell when something is going to make a great topic for a video because I see people online getting their panties in a bunch over it. Deadline reported sometime yesterday that Sadie Sink has been cast in Spider-Man 4, and speculation went through the roof, and people got themselves all worked up over nothing. And that's pretty much confirmed everything I knew about social media already. Now, naturally, we had fans theorizing about who she could be playing, and we had certain media outlets all of a sudden pulling things out of their ass. And what this ultimately amounted to was a lot of people showing their true colors, exposing themselves through their insecurities, and it was all based around this very vague casting announcement.
Why are you the way that you are?
Now, of course, fans are welcome to speculate in most circles, because that is what a fan is supposed to do. But God forbid you suggest the wrong role for Sadie to play to the wrong person, and you are the biggest piece of shit on the internet. Some fans harmlessly suggested that she could be playing Mary Jane Watson, given her red-haired appearance. And you would have thought that the people who said that murdered someone in the middle of the street based on the reaction it got. How dare you trolls suggest that she should be cast in a role that would be considered somewhat comic accurate? You're a racist. It's not racist to change the source material and try to pass off another character as the MJ, but it is racist to suggest that Sadie might make a good MJ. To be 100% clear, I highly doubt that she will be playing Mary Jane Watson, because I do not think that Disney and Marvel Studios has the balls to deal with the backlash that would come with. But at this point, I kind of want it to happen just for the meltdowns alone. I mean, we actually had shills yesterday bending over backwards to try to explain away this fan casting. Like Joe here, who said there is no way some of you genuinely think that Sadie Sink is going to play MJ, when we literally already have her in the MCU being played by Tom Holland's actual girlfriend, but she's Michelle Jones. Yeah, and what does that shorten to?
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
I don't know who needs to hear this outside of Joe here, but MJ is short for Mary Jane. I hope this information helps you in the future. Now, you can say that Zendaya's character is nicknamed MJ, but they pretty much explicitly state in the movie that her name is not Mary Jane. So if some fans want to suggest that Sadie Sink could be the Mary Jane, what exactly is the harm in that? It's not undermining Zendaya. She's been in 3 Spider-Man movies, she's married to Tom Holland, and Hollywood pretty much tries to put her in any movie possible. What's the problem? We really need to stop insulting fans who are just suggesting that there should be an accurate depiction of a character. Especially when the studio goes out of its way to literally put a character on the screen that is quite literally MJ in name only. You can blame the studio and not the fans for creating this situation. As far as some of the other characters that people are suggesting she should play, I've heard Gwen Stacy thrown around a lot, but I don't really put much stock into that because I feel like the character has been used to death, especially recently. Some people are suggesting that she could be playing Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, but that wouldn't be comic accurate either.
Tits. Whew.
The biggest and most likely option I've heard is Jean Grey, as Marvel starts to gear up to add the X-Men to the MCU. And I'd be lying to you if I didn't stop for a second and think to myself, didn't Sadie Sink already play Jean Grey? And then I realized I was thinking about Sophie Turner in Dark Phoenix, a movie I'd like to forget. So I quickly came to the conclusion that yes, I am getting two gingers from popular TV shows mixed up.
Ah, that's racist.
As far as including the character of Jean Grey in this movie, that pretty much throws out any possibility of us getting a grounded or street-level Spider-Man movie. And if Jean Grey does in fact end up in Spider-Man 4, that would be the result of Sony and Marvel Studios once again doing Tom Holland's Spider-Man a disservice. He is never going to beat these "he can't carry a movie on his own" allegations if you keep adding recognizable heroes to every story you make with him. The one decent thing to come out of No Way Home was that at the end of the film, it looked like he was finally going to be on his own. And yet in his very next movie, they are potentially adding X-Men. It's just not a good look. When are you going to let Tom Holland's Spider-Man stand on his own? It is a defining characteristic of this character. This is exactly why Tom Holland's version of the character is never going to reach that iconic status that Tobey Maguire's version of the character has as a solo hero.
Not up in here!
Not up in here!
Tom Holland's Spider-Man has been hindered time and time again by his inclusion in the MCU. No Way Home literally set up an out for them, so don't go and ruin it by doing the same old shit. It's almost like Sony and Marvel Studios are allergic to doing anything different with this live-action version of the character. It's always about who they can bring in to prop everything up, because apparently they have absolutely no faith in Tom Holland to carry a movie on his own. If you do not think that Tom Holland can carry the load as one of the most recognizable superheroes on the planet, then maybe it's time to think about the possibility that he's just not right for the role.
It's Hollywood, baby. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Now, I don't know who Sadie Sink will ultimately end up playing. Whoever it is, I'm sure some people are going to be pissed off, and some people are going to be excited. At this point, I'm just personally content with watching the MCU world burn. As the MCU fandom rips itself apart, arguing over dumb shit like this, and Marvel Studios is so lost at this point that they don't even know what crowd they are actually making movies for anymore.
Y'all be cool. Right on.